सो गाइज वेलकम बैक टू ड्यू टुडे। आज हमारे पास एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट है, रोहित कुमार। बहुत सारे बच्चों को लगता है कि साउथ कैंपस या ऑफ कैंपस मिलने के बाद वो अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी में एक अपनी पहचान नहीं बना सकते, अपना एक इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं बना सकते। बट रोहित बीइंग अ दयाल सिंह स्टूडेंट, उन्होंने ऐसी अपनी इमेज बनाई है, उन्होंने ऐसी अपनी रीच बनाई है, उन्होंने ऐसे लोगों से कनेक्शंस बनाए हैं जो कि एक नॉर्थ कैंपस या फिर किसी भी कैंपस के स्टूडेंट के लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है। उन्होंने बहुत सारी इंटर्नशिप्स क्रैप करी हैं और वो अपना एक्सपीरियंस लिंक्डइन पे भी काफ़ी शेयर करते हैं। तो उनसे हम लोग बात करेंगे कि बीइंग अ ऑफ कैंपस या साउथ कैंपस स्टूडेंट कैसा उनको लगता है और किस तरीके से एक नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट जो नॉर्थ कैंपस में नहीं है वो अपनी कैसे लाइफ को इम्प्रूव कर सकता है एज अ स्टूडेंट। ओवरऑल अपनी कॉलेज लाइफ को कैसे इम्प्रूव कर पाएगा। तो नॉट वेस्टिंग मच ऑफ योर टाइम, जस्ट स्ट्रेट अवे गेटिंग इनटू द वीडियो। So here's Rohit Kumar for you guys. Thank you so much. So I would surely would want you to like prepare a step by step process of how you people did it, because a lot of people in South campus or off campus colleges will not be able to have such guidance from their own seniors. So we'd like to help them with that. So I'll stay in touch with you for that as well. So coming back to our initial topic that we were discussing beforehand the meeting, that being a South campus and North campus students, is there a difference? Is there a like a drastic change in perspective or the life of a student? Like, tell us an emotional experience about it.
So I think in the off-campus colleges, there's this Hindi word hawa. There's a lot of hawa about the North Campus kids. कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा 30 मार्क हाँ है या फिर वो बहुत ज़्यादा ये है वो है. They are good. No doubt about that. No cap about it. They are very good. But then I think we actually overstate their credentials a lot. All right, because since I have a lot of friends in North Campus colleges, so they are no doubt very good, but then the amount of overstatement which is being done in the off campus or the not so well established South campus colleges, that builds that perception कि North campus colleges के जो बच्चे होते हैं वो तो अलग ही दुनिया में है. That is the perception that we have. But as soon as there are a few kids who start participating in competitions where we have individuals from North Campus as well, that is when we actually recognize that the chasm is not very large in terms of students' credibility, students' capacities. It is all about the college that we have, the exposure that a college provides. So everything comes down to the individual capacity. If you are good enough, an individual from the Alsing Evening College, an individual from Zakir Hussain College can, basically, I think, be superior to an individual from North Campus colleges if he or she is actually good enough. All right. So we cannot always say that the North Campus kids or the best of the South Campus kids are the superior ones.
Okay. बट ओवरऑल कुछ डिफरेंस आपको नजर आया हो जब आप कैंपस में हो या फिर कुछ? बिकॉज मुझे एक साफ साफ नजर आता है कि जस्ट बिकॉज देयर इज
हाँ.
अ क्लस्टर ऑफ कॉलेजेस, एक एटमोसफेयर हो जाता है, वो डिफरेंट होता है। ठीक है, एंड दीज आर लेगेसी कॉलेजेस, क्योंकि 100 साल पहले बनने हुए हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली यू 30-year-old कॉलेज कांट compete with a 100-year-old college unless they produce great infrastructure, they produce great alumni. बट श्योरली ऐसा चीजें हो रही हैं। एंड हम लोग जो बातें कर रहे हैं ना कि देयर इज वी शुड लाइक रिड्यूस द गैप बिटवीन दिस हवा वाली चीज की, इसमें ज्यादा ही बड़ी चीजें, वो आई डोंट थिंक सो कि इट विल बी लाइक गोइंग अवे एनी टाइम सून, बिकॉज it's a part of history. We can't just deny the fact that North Campus was the initial campus and there were great colleges. और कहा जाए ज्यादातर जो नॉर्थ कैंपस के कॉलेजेस वो एक्चुअली में ऑफ कैंपस के कॉलेजेस थे। जो स्टीफंस था वो दिल्ली ये अपना दरियागंज में शुरू हुआ था।
हम्म.
हिंदू भी शायद उसी की तरफ से कहीं ना कहीं से शुरू हुए थे, कश्मीरी गेट या फिर कहीं से। तो वो शुरू तो अपने ऑफ से ही हुए थे, बट दे गॉट रीलोकेटेड। सो हिस्ट्री में कुछ पास्ट में ऐसी चीजें हुई हैं, उसकी वजह से दे हैव अ फैमिली और लाइक दे हैव अ लेगेसी, दे हैव अ लीनेज। सो वी कांट compete विद दैट। बट वही चीज है कि एवरीवन वांट्स टू एसोसिएट देमसेल्फ विद अ प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूशन व्हिच इज बेस्ड और व्हिच हैज अ लेगेसी। सो आई थिंक उससे तो compete किया नहीं जा सकता, बट डेफिनेटली दिस एक हवा वाली चीज की उन लोगों में कुछ खास बात है, वो जरूर कर्टल डाउन हुई है। नाउ इट्स मोर अबाउट अ इंडिविजुअल कैलिबर। कि फॉर एग्जांपल हम लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं, तो वी वर नॉट फ्रॉम नॉर्थ कैंपस और साउथ कैंपस और लाइक पर्टिकुलरली एनी स्पेसिफिक प्लेस व्हिच हैज अ लेगेसी. Definitely, my college has a legacy. It is Delhi's oldest college, so I have
Hmm.
seen some legacy over it. But things are like कि you have to be someone जिसके बारे में बात की जाए. Not everywhere you can use your brand, but if you have a brand, that's good for you.
Right.
सो आई थिंक कि अपकमिंग स्टूडेंट्स को इतना ज़्यादा इशू तो होगा, मतलब पहले एक दो महीने में कि यार ये क्या मिल गया या फिर क्या ये पसंद नहीं था. एंड डेफिनेटली जो कैंपस में भी जा रहे हैं या फिर किसी भी कैंपस में जा रहे हैं उनको भी होगा. शायद हो सकता है वो कुछ बेटर एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे. बट नॉनदलेस इन द एंड आफ्टर 2 or 3 months you won't change your college for anything. कि भाई
Right.
यही था मेरे लिए, यही मेरा दिल का टुकड़ा है. I'll say that. Okay. So, coming down to your LinkedIn, first of all, if I'll be able to share the screen, I'll show people your reach. So, people, this is Rohit's LinkedIn, and you should see these numbers 14514. And I guess आपने कितने टाइम पहले शुरू किया था ये?
I think I became active from last year, November.
By, within 6 months, he's able to do this. And for LinkedIn's journey, I can say this: कि this is like a very good speed of gaining followers. So, what are the reasons? Like, what are the 1 or 2 reasons you think कि हाँ इसकी वजह से मुझे मिला है? And he was able to meet Prajakta, right?
Yeah.
Also, there are a couple of nice pictures you have from your campus, like, and pretty good likes. I'll say 500, 600, 700. These are pretty good likes on LinkedIn. So, what were the reasons? Like 1 or 2 reasons कि you really focused on, or you think कि हाँ इन चीजों ने तो definitely मेरे को help किया.
Right. So I think, first of all, this is very cliche, but yeah, consistency. I think
Mm-hmm.
the consistency I've had, and by consistency, I don't necessarily mean uploading every day, because that is something I have still not been able to do. All right.
But
Uploading,
it's not that hard, right? भाई दिन
right.
के अगर 10-15 मिनट ही तो निकालने posting, I don't think so कि इसमें कुछ issue होता है.
I think it still takes me, 30-35 minutes to put out one post, to, ideate for the entire post, to think of every sentence which goes in, because every sentence
Okay.
needs to have a certain impact. All right. Because at least now I have a certain established audience. The audience out there might be seeking out my content. All right. So I have
Mm-hmm.
luxury that these individuals will at least give me 30 seconds of their time to go through my entire content. Right. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to put out a sentence which will, break their span of concentration and allow them to scroll from my post. That is something I
Mm-hmm.
strictly want to avoid. So a lot of thought goes in all these sentences that are jotted down into the post. And from up to down, I think it takes me 30-35 minutes still to select the picture, because there's a certain kind of picture which goes with every post. I don't upload random
Mm-hmm.
pictures. If the
Mm-hmm.
if the post is about internships, a professional picture will go along with it. All right. That
Mm-hmm.
is something I, apply. So consistency, and apart from that, the internship journey that I've gone through, having interned at renowned institutions, be it United Nations, Times of India, White Hat Junior, Unschool. That is something which
Mm-hmm.
has helped me, and I still think internships has been my forte. There is always a launch pad for an individual on a platform. For me on LinkedIn, that has been my internship journey, because as soon as I started to share about how to create a CV which will get you an internship at the Times of India or at XYZ
Mm-hmm.
companies, that is when my engagement shot up. From I had this series about the freshers guide to college. The exact name of
Mm-hmm.
the series was, so in this series what I did was I used to tell individuals how to create a cover letter, how to create your first CV, how to create a proper CV for your internships, how to look out for internships, how to look out for internships at governmental institutions like Niti Aayog, Invest India, how
Mm-hmm.
to look for internships at supranational organizations like United Nations, World Health Organization, UNDP, etc., etc. So I think that was my launchpad on this platform. So yeah, for me it has to be my consistency or persistence and my internships journey. These two things have contributed a lot into my LinkedIn journey.
So, a lot of people might not have internships in their bag. So, उनको अगर आपका एक process breakdown करके समझना हो कि what's your actual process or step by step process of making a LinkedIn post and then doing it consistently for a year or two. So, what's your step by step process of those 30 minutes? Because personally telling, I personally don't like put a lot of efforts in content creation. I personally don't. I
Mhm.
believe my content or like my way of life is very impromptu, and that's how I do it. I write content at 2 a.m. I get an idea, start writing. I don't reread it or like proofread it. I don't do it. I just post it. There might be multiple grammar issues. If you might have read my content, if have you ever read my content?
Yeah, I have.
Like, does it sound very professional or like very candid or like very blunt? What? How does it sound?
Yeah, your content is midway through the thing because the recent post that I had read about this guy, uh, who was putting out a post about you.
हाँ
I
हाँ
had
हाँ.
read this post. Yeah, I think it was, I'll say, not a very professional, neither a very unprofessional post. It was just at the right spot. All right. सो अगर थोड़ा सा भी यहाँ वहाँ होता तो गलत हो जाता ऐसे वाला सीन सो
Mm-hmm.
इट वॉज द परफेक्ट पोस्ट just that we need to drive a lot of engagement towards our posts from LinkedIn on LinkedIn, and that is something where your engagement with the community, with your followers comes in. That is something which I think was lacking because, as you've already said, you don't put in a lot of efforts or time into LinkedIn, is it?
Yeah, as a LinkedIn creator, I have like not been able to, or I don't really, at this point of time, I don't really genuinely appreciate or like understand the value worth LinkedIn can provide, because I want to like use LinkedIn as a professional platform or a platform where we can build a community of my own as my personal brand.
Hmm.
But due to my own self beliefs and my understanding of the working of people and my blunt behavior of not tolerating anyone's sweet words. And you might remember that point of that post was also that people are very sweet on LinkedIn, and in general they are not. And this just irritates me a lot. कि भाई आप ऐसे नहीं हो. Why are you being so sweet sounded? Like, be. So yesterday I had a talk with a founder or like a startup entrepreneur, and he was very candid and very blunt about things, and I respected that. I love that. So LinkedIn pay a lot of content is like, I'll say, rephrased into sweet words, or anecdotes will be given which are very positive, enthusiasm. But in the real world, it's not like that. And people posting content which is optimistic, unnecessarily optimistic. Yes, there are ways where you have to be optimistic, but out of the 100 things, 90 things are very negative. I'll not say negative, but very real and very hurtful and very painful. Like, if you'll run a startup, it will bring in a lot of cheat, it will bring in a lot of liars, it will bring in a lot of stress, pain, like imbalance. So let's post about that bluntly and honestly. But wahin pe you have to be strong and all those things. That just irritates me. This is not putting out the real image of the world, and I believe the upcoming generation needs to know what's the real situation is, which is why I try to like and this is what clashes with my thoughts. Ki LinkedIn is a professional platform, and my thought process is like a way to blunt persons. So I'm not able to actually join down my thoughts properly, but I'll surely restructure my way of delivering content. So अगर आपने मेरा content पढ़ा है तो will you help me or like will you guide me a little?
Absolutely,
कैसा?
absolutely,
One or
absolutely.
two suggestions, please. अगर
Mm,
अभी आप बता सकते हो. If I want to reach 10K followers.
reach 10K followers. I think, first of all the individuals that I mentor, I don't tell them to write a post just for the sake of writing a post. All right. If you
Mm-hmm.
have created
True.
your LinkedIn profile today, you are not supposed to start putting out content from tomorrow itself, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody is out there seeking your content. Nobody even knows who you are. So why not
Mm-hmm.
just follow 10, 20 people, talk to them, engage with their post, and do that for at least 7 to 8 days and have at least a community of 250 to 300 individuals who actually know you somehow, who know that, yeah, you keep on, commenting in their post, engaging with their posts, then even they will have the incentive of engaging with your post. All right. And when an individual who has a very established position on LinkedIn comments on a not so established post, then it obviously pushes that post a lot, all right, to many more individuals. That is how you drive engagement to your post, all right. So if you start putting out posts just for the sake of putting it, because most individuals out there, what they say is just write. You don't have to actually create a community, engage with others content, just start writing. But पढ़ने कौन वाला है उस content को? If I have one follower or zero followers, कौन पढ़ेगा मेरे content? कोई नहीं पढ़ेगा. All right. So why not have a proper community, have conversations going in your DMs? Take at least 7 to 10 days, because starting के एक दो दिन तो निकल जाने हैं inferiority complex में और insecurity में ही, because that is what LinkedIn provides you. As soon as you start following hundreds of individuals, you will always find कि हर घंटे individuals are joining XYZ company, individuals are interning with XYZ company. So that always puts a lot of pressure on individuals. So at least take
Mm-hmm.
10 days to establish your community on LinkedIn. And if after that you start putting out content, then the community will have an incentive of engaging with your post. You can push your link to 10, 20 individuals, they'll comment on your post, or even if they like on your post, it will push your post to all their followers. That is how you drive engagement to your post. And you are
Mm-hmm.
only 100 or 200 like post away from 1,000 followers. All right. I always
Mm-hmm.
maintain that it is the easiest on LinkedIn to get followers. All right. Because
Mm-hmm.
even if you send 150 connection requests in a week, and let us assume only 50% of those connection requests are being accepted, you still have 75 followers with you in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Instagram पे ये आपके हाथ में नहीं होता है. If you follow thousands of individuals, they won't follow you back because they don't know you. All right. And as you already
Mm-hmm.
said, LinkedIn is a very optimistic, very hunky dory platform जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा
Yeah, yeah.
optimism दिखाया जाता है. तो yeah, this is where the optimism comes from कि भाई बहुत आसान है वहाँ पे grow करना अगर आपको actually अपना game पता है तो.
True. True. So, coming back to the main question, what is your
Yeah.
step-by-step process of those 30 minutes?
Yeah, my step by step process for those 30 minutes is, first of all, I have a proper notepad of what are the posts that I would like to touch upon. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
the list has become very long now. I think I have 30, 40 posts which are pending, but most of those
Mm-hmm.
posts actually, don't fit with my audience. All right. There is a certain fit that an individual has after you have a certain number of followers. All right. There is a certain kind
Mm-hmm.
of content that an individual's followers are seeking out. So
Mm-hmm.
if I, for example, if I am writing a post on my internship experience at United Nations, which is one of the posts coming in the next few days, then obviously that will be a very easy post for me to write because I have experienced everything. All right. So ऐसे जो experiential posts होते हैं उसमें it only takes 10 to 15 minutes because it is very easy to write down my experience. And on the contrary, there are posts which are very theoretical, like how can you improve your CV, or
Mm-hmm.
5 things you can do to improve your time management skills. You need to sit down properly for 30 minutes, think, jot down the points in your notes, and then start writing your entire post. Think of the hook, because your post will always be as good as the hook. If you lose your audience as at the first sentence, nobody gives a damn to like your post or engage with it. All right. अगर आपका hook
Mm-hmm.
बहुत boring है तो everybody will just scroll through. Nobody, loves you so much that they'll always tap the see more button to see कि रोहित ने क्या डाला है. That is
Mm-hmm.
not how hunky dory a platform LinkedIn is. उतना अच्छा भी नहीं है, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is about it. I think the hook is very important, and after that, you need to provide a lot of value in every sentence of yours, because as I said earlier, you are playing with the span of concentration of your reader. And when you have
Mm-hmm.
a very small community, the reader does not trust you as much as they do once you have 10,000 followers, right? If you have
Mm-hmm.
10,000 followers, you have the luxury. क्योंकि अगर आप कभी कभार क्या होता है कि उतना ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल कंटेंट नहीं है, स्टिल इट विल बी पुश्ड टू दोस 10,000 फॉलोअर्स एंड you'll get in the engagement. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think hook, content providing value in the content, providing insightful value, and if the content is relatable, it gets all the more better. लिंक्डइन
Mm-hmm.
यूजर्स लव रिलेटेबल कंटेंट. काफी सारी चीजें हैं जो डीयू के काफी सारे बच्चे फील करते हैं, बट दे आर वेरी स्केप्टिकल टॉकिंग अबाउट इट ऑन अ प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक लिंक्डइन, बिकॉज इट ऑब्वियसली कम्स आउट एज अ वेरी प्रोफेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म. ऑल राइट. So if you start talking about the relatable stuff, many out there actually will relate to that stuff and will engage with your content, and more the engagement, more the algorithm pushes your post.
All right. Okay. And what are the like ideal number of posts you should post in a week?
I think
Initially.
initially, I think you should focus more on engaging with your community than posting. And in the first week, just avoid writing anything, writing any post, I say. Just comment on others' post. And when I say others' post, if you are looking for a certain type of content, just
Mm-hmm.
find individuals who've done better or done very well in that kind of content, who've been actually putting
Mm-hmm.
out that kind of content on a regular basis. Why not go on
Mm-hmm.
their post and put down insightful comments or counter their opinion, whatever they've written about in their post. They'll obviously notice you कि हाँ ये individual है, ये काफी दफा मेरे comment section में दिखता है. So I think
Mm-hmm.
even for an individual, one post a day is something that can be pulled off if you are willing to give 1 hour to LinkedIn on a daily basis. And please don't post just for the sake of posting it. वो दिख जाता है. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right. All right. All right. Yeah, these are some like really insightful thoughts, and I think definitely this will be helping an initial person who will be starting on LinkedIn. And definitely, I'll also try to learn from your perspective on like making a lot of changes on my profile. So, looking forward to more things, and I have a lot of new questions coming up in my head, but we'll definitely do it again,
absolutely.
for a part two with you. So, thank you so much, Rohit, for your time, and it was a really lovely and insightful session. उनसे बात करने के बाद हमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें पता चलती है कि इट्स मोर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स कैलिबर देन एनीथिंग एल्स. ओके, कैंपस और कॉलेजेस बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं आपकी कॉलेज इनसाइडर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, बट आउटसाइड पीपल आर लुकिंग टूवर्ड्स पीपल जो कैलिबर होल्ड करते हैं, जिनमें स्किल सेट है, जिनमें टैलेंट है, जो अपनी वॉइस को प्रोपोगेट करना जानते हैं. सो एज अ स्टूडेंट आपको भी लगेगा कि भाई आपका जिसमें कॉलेज में हुआ आपको उससे खुशी नहीं है या फिर कोई भी चीज़, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स यू. More than anything, it's you who's going to do anything for your own self. So with that, we'll take your leave. Thank you so much, and please do share this video with your friends, family, or anyone you know in campus.